everyone, and welcome to Dual Fuel Cherokee Part 2. Today I'll be mounting some LPG components underneath the hood. Those components should be mounted away from exhaust heat and moving parts and in strategic areas allowing servicing the original parts of the truck, like changing oil, air filter or spark plugs. Let's start with the regulator. It will be mounted on the top of the strut tower, just like that. I made a bracket allowing me to mount the regulator in this position. The coolant must be run through it, otherwise it will freeze after only a few minutes of working. So I have to find the hoses going to the heater core and parallelly connect it so the coolant goes through the regulator. As you can see, the engine compartment is packed pretty tight here, and heater core hoses going into the firewall somewhere down there. I don't even gonna bother with that. I found one supply hose which is right there, and the return hose is going all the way around the air filter box. That would be this one here. But I'm going to connect the regulator to the coolant circuit. Of course it's also tight, so in order to do that I will remove the engine mount, which is right here, and the filter box. Let's see how it goes. To remove the engine mount, of course I have to support the engine so it won't fall down. That's what I did here. So now I have access to that little hose. As you can see, I installed a T on the return line, and on the supply line run some hoses from the T to the regulator. That will conclude the regulator heating loop. Since the intake manifold is out of the engine, I have a good access to injectors and ignition coils, which is good because I need to steal signal from each injector and one ignition coil and provide the signals to LPG ECM, so it has something to think about. The LPG ECM will be mounted on the top of the fuse box. The LPG computer mounted, wiring harness plugged in and roughly laid out. It's time to connect some wires. As I mentioned before, I need to steal signals from each gasoline injector and provide those signals to LPG computer. In order to do that, I will have to identify which wire going to injector is a signal wire. That's a simple thing to do because we have 6 injectors, meaning 12 wires. 6 of them are the same colors. Those wires will be the ground, and the remaining 6 wires are the signal wires. Wires will be connected according to wiring diagram provided by STAG. The solid color wire from every pair will go to the injector side. In this case it's green, and green-black will go to a computer side. In gasoline mode, LPG computer will connect those wires together, so nothing will be changed. In LPG mode, the gasoline injector signal will be used to calculate the opening time for propane injectors. And now I will have to do this 5 more times. Another information required by LPG computer is engine speed. That signal will be taken from ignition coil. Time to replug everything. Time to reassemble intake manifold. That will be all for this episode. In the next one, I will mount and connect LPG injectors. So stick around.